So to create a page in Schoology, you're going to do this from the Add Materials menu. So in your class, you can click Add Materials and choose Add a Page. You can also determine a specific spot in your course that you would want the page to show up, and you can click the dotted line and get the same menu, click Add a Page here. So when the page editing window opens up, the first thing you have to do is title your page. And then you'll notice that this window has a lot of similar features and formatting options that you would see in a word processing program, kind of like Google Docs or Word. You can type text in here, and you can highlight the text, and you can format it. You can make it bigger or smaller. You can make it different colors. So I might make this purple, and I could choose even a different font or style. I'll just go with block text, and then I can choose even a different size for my text. So your text can be formatted. You also can add hyperlinks in here to websites or to other places in your course. So you just highlight what you want to be a link and click on the hyperlink, and then you could just type in the URL. Now when I click on this, this would take me to that particular website. Other items that you can add on in your page is a lot of different multimedia that can be, well, first of all, you can add tables, and there is a spell checking feature. So I know that that's important to a lot of people, but under content, you can add things like, I can put images in here, I can put videos, I can embed videos on the page, I can put hyperlinks. There's all different kinds of symbols that you can use and add to your pages. And there's also an equation editor, so math teachers can actually make equations and put them directly on their page. This is actually a text formatting that's really kind of done more like with scientific documents, but that is an option as well. And then of course, all the resources that you have hooked up to Schoology can also be embedded here as well. So let's just say for an example that I wanted to insert a YouTube video. What this is going to do is give me my option of searching YouTube right now. The Joker movie is coming out today, so I'm just going to type that in. And if I want a video to show up, I'm going to click on it, and then under import, I'm just going to say import as embed. And what that's going to do is embed the video within my page. Now I can make this smaller. You can also kind of like move it around if I decide I want it in a different spot on the page. It doesn't actually show you a preview though of the video until you actually create and publish this. So for right now, it does look a little odd that it's like just a blank kind of filler square for your video. The other things that I really, really like about the page feature is it does really well with copying and pasting and being able to keep the formatting. So as an example, here's a Schoology help page, and there's a lot on this page. It's a lot of formatting here. If I wanted to just copy and paste this, including like the pictures and the little animated GIFs that they have here. So this is like a little, see how there's like movement on these. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to right click and say copy. And then I'm going to go right back into my page area, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to say paste. And see how that pasted everything? This was my video, my YouTube video that I added. But if you notice, it kept all of the formatting from the Schoology page. So anytime you're copying and pasting, and you kind of want it to look the same, this is a great tool because it really does keep the formatting, and it even kept the animated GIFs with the animation. So I'm just going to say create right now. And now in my course, there is a page, and I should have named it something a little bit better. But when I click on this page, this is what it looks like to the end user. First of all, here's the video that I added in, and when I hit play, I can play this right. We're going to pause that for a minute, but you can play it directly in the page. You also notice that everything I copied and pasted is here, still formatted, and the animated GIFs still stay together. I will say that the Schoology page feature is kind of my favorite part of Schoology because I love that I can format this page and have it look exactly the way I want it to, and it's actually pretty easy to do. Now, one thing that I do like to do as well I'm going to go back to the main page of this course, and I'm going to drag this to the top of my courses list. Whoops. Just going to drag that item up top. And now I'm going to click to edit it. Because when I published it, I just published it regularly. But what I like to do also a lot of times when I'm doing a page is to click this little button right here. So right now, it's going to display inline. So with this is highlighted, so if I highlight over it, it says display inline. What that means is that when I hit save changes, that page is actually, the text of the page is actually going to display in the root level of my course. So this is a way that you can make, when students first go into your class, they can see the material immediately. Now, if you notice, I'm going to just go back to a different course for a minute. This is the one that Tim and I are playing around with right now. You'll notice that these dashboards are also published as inline pages. So this is technically a page in Schoology, and it's all it is. It's that same window again, is this little button is pressed so that it displays inline. So the difference is displays inline, it shows directly into the course. It publishes right into the course. If I turn that off, just so we're all aware, I'm going to turn it off and say, instead of inline display on a new page, what that will do now is in order to view that, the user has to just click on the page and then it will take them to the page. So having a page that you display inline can really, really change the look of your class. It can make your Schoology course look like a real website. It can make your Schoology course look like pretty much any website that you see on the internet. And you can copy and paste and format and then publish it inline, and then you would have essentially a web page published in your Schoology account. So we're going to give you an opportunity just to practice and play with creating pages and publishing them inline, and giving you an opportunity to really do some formatting and make your Schoology class look individual, have color, have pictures, have multimedia on it, and kind of look more like a typical web page.